I got C plus. Luos don't fail. I got a very strong C plus. Then, with my C plus, a C plus at Nyangoma Boys High School is an equivalent of an airplane at Starehe or any other places. Yes. Why that I was at Maseno at that time, I would have gone and got myself a what? An airplane. But I was at Nyangoma Boys, and armed with my C plus, I went back home. I went back to Homa Bay, and there was this 1 year period where guys wait to later join the college, and all the people around me, the young men we grew with, went to the colleges, universities. And at this point, I asked my dad, when am I going to college? My dad has never laughed like that. He told me, you've seen what I've gone through trying to take you to college. What in your sane mind thinks, high school, what in your sane mind thinks I can even afford to pay your college fees? That's how I got myself working at Capital Fish Kenya Limited in Homa Bay. I don't know the P.O. box because there was no reason to remind yourself of such a place, or being a fishmonger at the lake, or going into the darkness and bringing fish in the morning to sell for the women out there. One day my dad woke up and gave me 2 shirts, 2 trousers, and 800 shillings, and told me, go to college and go be a man. I had to rise up to that occasion. I took a bus from Homa Bay, went to Nairobi. When I landed to Nairobi, he had organized with a few guys who were his friends he had met a long time ago, who were already in Nairobi at that time. When I went to Nairobi, the first place I landed was at Lavington. And this guy took me through his house appliances, the fridge, the cooker, and made sure that 2 weeks later, when I'd already known how everything worked in the house, he sent everybody away, and I became his house manager. I became his house manager, so I would clean, wash his car, close the gate, wash his children, do everything. And that's what I used to do. It was a relative. Then one day, I just said, this is not what I wanted. And I'd already started making contacts with a few of relatives who were in Nairobi that time. One of them is called Uncle Chieng, who one day when I left Lavington, I went to live with in a place called Kware Embakasi, the slum. And he told me, I've been waiting for you. Nobody comes from the village and goes to Lavington. This is where... This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. So I started staying with him in his house. In his house, that's where I stayed with him. But I knew that I had this passion of acting, which from high school and everywhere, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. But then through acting or wanting to go, I didn't know where to start from. And even before I started going to the National Theatre, I'd done every single manual job in Nairobi. Mjengo, osha gari, kwanza mjengo mbaya, ile ya kubomoa. Wacha kujenga. You know, done almost every single manual job just to try to make sure that we had food on our table. But I give it back to Uncle Chieng, who each and every single time, even after working at industrial area, still used to give me fare to go to the National Theatre to pursue my passion. So one day, I got a chance to the auditions. And when I auditioned, I was taken to the second cast. There's always the first cast and the second cast. So in case the first cast, somebody gets sick or ill, you can always take the role. And we were doing the set books. This was after almost 3 years. Nobody was getting sick or leaving. Nobody was leaving from the first cast. So I was back and forth, still going back to do my manual jobs, coming back to the National Theatre without giving up, knowing where my passion and what I wanted to do was lying at that point. So what happened, one day we were doing the set books, and the students came in large numbers, and the show was really big. Then everybody was paid. And one person in the main cast decided to go drinking that night. So the next day, the students came again. It's a big show, but this guy is missing. And he was playing one of the lead roles in that show. And because the students had to go back to school and time was running out, I got a chance to step in. And I told God, this is the only chance that I've been waiting for. Give me the courage to prove that, you know what, I'm already and ready for this. So everybody in the cast said, let's see what this guy will do. So they came by the wings of the theater or the curtains to see how I was going to spoil their big play because I was a no one. And to date, I still remain one of the best Swahili narrators at the National Theatre. Because when I got on that stage that day, I gave it my all. And to date, I still remember every single word of that show. I went on that stage, and it was the opening, and I said,